Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong recently made headlines after claiming that some lawmakers receive kickbacks from government projects. His statement comes in the wake of President Bongbong Marcos's directive to investigate alleged anomalies in the implementation of flood control projects across the country. And we are now joined by Mayor Magalong to discuss this issue further and its significance in the broader push for transparency and accountability in government projects. Magandang maga po sa inyo, Mayor. Thank you again for joining us.
Good morning, Gretchen. Good morning sa ating mga viewers. Thank you for
Mayor,
having me.
alam po namin kayo po ay isa sa mga matatapang na boses pagdating po sa issue na ito ng korupsyon, lalong-lalo na sa mga infrastructure projects. You have alleged that some lawmakers are receiving kickbacks. But Congressman Terry Ridon has actually challenged you to come forward with concrete proof. Him being now the chairman of Public Accounts, sabi niya para maimbestigahan na po ito finally dahil your word, there's a danger also of it being a blanket allegation.
Well, alam mo, Gretchen, matagal na nangyayari yan, At they keep on, giving a blind eye. They don't want to, admit it. Kumbaga parang it is an convenient truth. Just like having a big elephant in your room but nobody would like to talk about it. Pero ngayon lumabas na because of those, the pronouncement of the president. And then suddenly, nung nag-react ako, bigla naman silang nag-react sa akin, hindi sila nag-react kay presidente. But nonetheless, sabi ko nga, ipatawag na lang nila ako. So I'm just waiting for them to, send their summons.
So you have actual proof of some contractors and lawmakers involved in this?
Well, that's the reason why, Gretchen, that's the reason why I'm waiting for them to, invite me to the congressional hearing so that I can present our side, and at the same time present pieces of document and pieces of evidence.
Pero yun nga po, pinag-uusapan nga po namin dito ni Congressman Ridon. How do you find evidence? Is it easy to get the paper trail of this? Kasi usually, di ba, parang kaliwaan yan o marami pong hindi accounted for. How do you begin to trace all of those projects?
Alam mo, a good point. Alam mo, Gretchen, I've been into big investigations. For example, the investigation in 2013 wherein I was tasked by no less than President Noynoy to conduct investigation do sa NIA. Basically, we know the framework on how to conduct investigation. Kaya lang nung nangyari na nung after mga 8 months, almost a year kami nag-iimbestiga. And then finally, I was asked to stop the investigation dahil nga the new NIA management requested na sila na magpatuloy ng investigation. And during that time, lumalabas na doon sa investigation namin na some politicians were already involved in anomalous project. So, ganoon din, yung framework na ginawa namin doon, yun din na dapat nilang gawin ngayon. Kaya nga ako nag-volunteer. Kung gusto nila, ako na lang mag-imbestiga. But of course, I need the help of the Philippine National Police and the FBI.
Pero yun nga po, yung involvement ng politicians na yan, how far does it go? From the bidding process all the way down to the actual construction?
Alam mo, manyan it is a kumbaga parang silent partnership. Silent partnership. Ang pinakamahirap talaga dyan is how to prove and get the right piece of evidence that would really serve as a prima facie evidence. Like for example, tumanggap sila tapos pumirma ba sila doon sa resibo. Wala namang pipirma sa resibo. Sino ba naman ang stupid na politician na pipirma ng resibo na alam niya na grease money yan o bribe money yan? O kaya yung porsyento yan? Nobody. But there's a way of pinning them down. And that's actually the what I call it, kumbaga, isa yan sa mga trade, how do you call it? Some of the skills, trade skills yan ng investigator.
Oh, pero yun nga, I mean, like, would it be, what do you think about the government's probe now on these contractors? saan po kaya makakaharap ng balakid? For example, doon nga po doon sa isang ano namin, sa isang lugar namin sa probinsya, meron kaming dike doon. At pagbukas mo, makikita mo na hindi pala siya pulido yung pagkakagawa. Ito pala wala pa lang mga bato sa loob. So mga substandard projects na you only learn about years later or when they get damaged. So paano po kaya yung magiging investigasyon to be able to see to hold people accountable? Ano po yung pwedeng habulin sa mga proyekto na nabanggit ng Pangulo?
Well, tama yung observation mo, no? And it's not only happening in your province. It's nationwide. Believe me, Gretchen, it's nationwide. Ako nga ngayon, meron akong picture na sheet pile na 1 meter lang eh. When in fact, ang nilagay doon, 9 meters na sheet pile, ano? Pero lumabas, 1 meter lang yung, nung nasira na nitong bagyo, 1 meter lang ang lumabas. At tinanong ko nga yung contractor, is there a way na mapuputo? Sabi niya, imposible sir, mapuputol yan. Imposible. And from there, you can already start investigation. At marami yan. Alam mo, all you have to do is, mamimili ka, kung meron ka, alam mo, napakadaming information na dumarating ngayon, Gretchen. Napakarami. Just like what happened when we were conducting the NIA investigation. Initially, akala namin sa Agusan Norte lang. Tapos maya-maya, nandyan na yung mga dokumento na dumarating galing sa Bohol, galing sa Region 2, galing sa Pangasinan, galing sa Bulacan. Naku, napakarami. Halos hindi na namin, only to find out na we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg. Ganito rin ang mangyayari dito sa investigation once it starts. And it will be led by credible people, credible institutions, then definitely maraming mapipin down yan.
Speaking of the evidence that you have at hand, are these projects that you have oversight over in Baguio City?
Well, meron din mga nasa Baguio City, meron din dito sa Cordillera, pero marami rin sa ibang lugar. It's all over the place, all over the country. Kaya nga, marami nga tumatawag na sa akin at sending me pieces of documents. So I'm having a difficult time consolidating everything dahil unang-una, mayor ako rito, hindi naman ako investigador na, di ba? Hindi naman ako investigador. Yung nga yun nakapagtataka eh. Why is it na mayroong oversight powers ang Kongreso? Hindi ko naman sinasabi na lahat sila, di ba? I think I made a categorical statement that this is not a blanket accusation. I'm just saying that majority of them are actually involved in anomalies. So, ito yung, alam mo, it's all over. It's all over. At sabi ko nga, they have the oversight. Dapat, nag-launch na sila ng kanilang investigation. Alam naman nila yan. Ang problema nga, sabi ko nga, nagmamaang-maangan lang sila. Alam nila yan. In fact, nag-usap pa nga kami ng isang mayor, a prominent mayor, sabi niya, alam mo mayor, one time I met with my several congressmen. Alam mo, nag-uusap nila na as if I was not there. Sabi ko, what do you mean? Nag-uusap sila tungkol sa kanilang mga porsyento. Hindi man lang sila nahiya sa akin na nakikinig ako, sabi.
In your city, what has your administration done to be able to prevent or reduce instances of, yun nga po, itong mga ganitong corruption in infrastructure projects? Ano po ang mga pagbabagong inyong ginawa?
Good question. Good question, Gretchen. At my level, sa LGU, basta funded ng local government at talagang wala ng corruption dito. And it started with me. Kung ako yung tumanggap ng porsyento, what is my moral ascendancy to demand that my subordinates follow me? Wala, di ba? So, it always starts with the leader. There's no substitute to leadership by example. Pero ang tanong mo siguro ngayon is, paano yung DPWH? Wala po akong control yan. Unang-una, ang DPWH, control ho yan ng mga mambabatas. Sila nga namimili dyan. Ulitin ko, sila naman talaga ang namimili ng district engineer. Sila rin ang namimili ng regional director.
Bakit ang DPWH ho?
Doon pala, malalaman mo na kagad. No?
Oo.
Yes, oo. Sila talaga yan, Gretchen, ang namimili dyan. Kung i-deny nila yan, ilang beses ko na sinabi yan eh. Pag deny man sila dyan, tatawanan lang sila ng mga ibang mga local na politicians because actually it is sabi ko nga sa iyo it is a sort of a partnership between the lawmakers and the PWH.
So, you agree with the suggestion to ask the DPWH Secretary to go on a leave of absence para pong maimbestigahan po ito ng mabuti?
Well, delikadesa lang siguro, Gretchen. Delikadesa lang. Maganda siguro mag-leave of absence siya para ipakita niya talaga na talagang open siya sa ganitong investigation. Dahil nga, ang involved na agency rito, yung DPWH, look at the huge amount that is involved, 1 point something trillion, and then how much goes to corruption. Hindi lang siguro 20%. Isipin mo, may mga projects dyan na almost ang kinukuha ng mga corrupt na politiko at opisyal umaabot na 60% dahil sila na yung may porsyento na sila pa yung contractor, sila pa yung supplier. Sabi nga ng mga contractor, isipin mo sir, binawasan na nga kami, kinuha na kami ng porsyento, sa kanila pa kami kukuha ng mga supplies namin. Kaya nga talagang katulad yan, yung sheet pile, alam mo ba na per kilo yan? Yung sheet piles na per kilo yan sa market survey niyan, umaabot siya ng mga 34 pesos. Pero ang gagawin ng supplier niyan, yung legitimate supplier, papatungan niya ng mga 5 piso yan. So, sabihin natin 39 pesos, 38 pesos, 45 pesos. Pero tingnan mo yung sa detailed unit price analysis o dun sa kontrata, umaabot siya ng mga 70 pesos. Ganun na nga kataas yung din pinato. Per kilo yan, and every sheet pile at 12 meters, that's about 556 kilograms. So, isipin mo na lang kung magkano nakagad ang patong yan. Halos na doble. Tapos, ang isa pa, na doble na nga, dadayain pa nila. Instead na ang ilulubog nila because the embedment stays sa technical study. 12 meters or 9 meters ang embedment. Ang ilalagay lang nila 3 meters. So, tinamulan lang yung embankment na yan. It stretches to many hundreds of kilometers. No? Kaya makikita mo talaga yung kalokohan na talaga. Wala nang konsensya.
At yung mga material cost, sino po ang nag-audit po niyan? Ano po nakikita ninyo sa pag-aaral po ninyo na maaaring baguhin dun sa proseso para magkaroon ng mas maayos na checks and balances?
Well, you know, market survey. Dapat open yun sa market survey. So, kailangan talagang vigilant ang tao. Vigilant din ang community. Dapat yung detailed unit price analysis should be transparent, should be published. And the contract should be published. How many times did I request DPWH to provide me a copy of that? Wala. Hindi sila nagbibigay. Binigyan nila ako ng sabi nila sa akin, sir, ito na po yung website. Puntahan mo na lang yung website. Isang linggo na namin binubuksan yung website, wala kami makita dokumento doon, wala kami makita information. That's the reason why to sa Rocknetting project, I asked Meta to conduct a study.
So just open access data for infrastructure projects would be a big help.
Yes, kailangan yan. Oo. Malaking bagay. It's all about transparency. It's all about open government partnership. Look,
Okay.
DBM, DILG is now promoting open government partnership. Baguio City is just one of the 4 LGUs in the entire country out of the 1,600 na nag-apply sa open government partnership. We are now a member of that OGP Global Network. So it clearly stipulates that you have to be transparent, accountable, strong ang accountability, and strong citizen participation. If they're going to allow that in all agencies of government, especially itong mga involved sa infrastructure projects, including the Department of Health, talagang malaking epekto nito sa natin, sa efficient and effective delivery of services. At talagang ma-address na malaki itong corruption na nangyayari.
Hindi po ba trabaho din ng COA to flag those projects?
Good question, Chen. Good comment pala. Siguro pinakamaganda is tanungin natin ang COA.
Well, sana nga po mangyari yung hearing na yan, para ito nga po, maganda po mga suggestion nyo. Lalong-lalo na, itong pinag-usapan din ni Terry Ridon, yung procurement process na simula pa lang parang rigged na. At parang tinatanggal, kumbaga yung specification na hinahanap, talagang sinasakto dun sa kumpanya na gusto nilang manalo. Yun yung isa sa mga parang pwedeng tignan. I guess as a final point, how is Baguio City doing, in the aftermath of the recent cyclones? I mean, if you take a look at the impact of these projects in your city, yun po ba ay nasolusyonan na? I mean, with your good governance reform, or is that out of your control, being this is a national issue?
Well, malaki rin ang damage namin dito. No? We accounted for about 94 landslides. We have about more than 120 trees now na down. Halos umabot na ng mga 16 houses ang na-damage, partially damaged. We have around 11 na totally damaged. Malaki na ang damage dito sa amin. We're still waiting for the support coming from the national government. Pero yung DSWD naman, mabilis naman ang umaksyon sa amin. And we're hoping sana na doon sa mga sinabit namin na mga damage na infrastruktura namin, get some kind of funding coming from the national government. So right now, by the way, I just would like to react doon sa binanggit ni Congressman Ridon na sa umpisa pa lang, rig na yung bidding. Totoo naman yan, bakit ngayon lang? Noong pa nila alam yan. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, it is an inconvenience sa kanila. Pero wala. Why only now? Why only now?
Hindi naman po kayo na pag-iinitan. I mean, alam po natin sa Baguio City, kayo po ay okay po dyan. Pero on a national level, getting resources your way, given that you voiced out in this issue, hindi naman po kayo na pag-iinitan?
Hirap na hirap ako makakuha ng pondo. Believe me. Pabuti na lang. Nakakatulong sa akin yung mga secretaries at senators. Pero mahirap talaga makakuha ng pondo. It's something that I have to deal with. It's something that I have to deal with.
Pero kailangan po namin kayo. Kailangan po namin ang boses ninyo.
Thank you, Gretchen.
Sana po ito ay magtuloy-tuloy na. Hopefully we finally have the momentum here with the President himself declaring a crackdown on these contractors, and hopefully it pays off in the long run and we get to change things in our system. Yan naman po ang ating pangarap. In the meantime, maraming salamat po for your time today. We know you're very busy. Thank you so much for joining us here on Morning Matters. We have Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong.